Morning, ma'am.
Okay, so good morning, everyone.
Good
Um,
morning.
yes, good morning. So, we will have our discussion on the parts of a research paper. No, we will start with the parts of the research paper kasi para alam natin if what we have submitted is actually correct. Wait lang ha. Okay, wala. Dili ga open akong Canva. I don't know why. For a while. The moment I start sharing my screen, I will not be able to admit anyone anymore. So please message your classmates in the GC that the moment I start sharing my screen, I will not be able to admit anyone anymore. Kasi I'm not using my phone. No, isa ra ka gadget akong gamit, laptop ra. Ang akong phone is nabilin sa balay. So isa lang ko ka gadget today. The moment I start sharing my screen, I will not be able to admit anyone anymore. So please tell your classmates to come in ASAP. ASAP. Once. May natin kinatana ko ba yung feeling na ako ng ikaw matulakon yung gawas ka dyan. Ako, naging yung cover bands. Kaoy. Friend. No. Hindi kayo. Wala lang nagbasa. Wala, ito nabasa yun. I guess, ako ka. Basta ka nagpansin ako ba? Okay, so can you see the screen? Makita ang screen?
Yes, ma'am.
May I know if Justin Ray Torrenueva is there? Justin, are you there?
Yes, I am, ma'am.
May I ask for a favor, Justin? Can we get a screenshot during our discussion, ha? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot get screenshots. Okay. So again, good morning. So the parts of the research paper in writing a thesis or dissertation. So these are basic the basic parts of a research paper. No? What we will have are the basic parts of the research paper. Basically, we have the preliminaries, the text or body, and then the references. No, yung preliminaries class, mauna na siya ang title page, mauna na siya ang acknowledgement, kapag done na gid ang entire paper, no? Na ang title page, ang acknowledgement, ang abstract sa study, ang table of contents, those are the preliminaries. Next is the text or the body. Muna siya si chapter 1 to 5. So the text or the body are the chapters 1 to 5. And then the references, muna siya ang katong mga appendices, mga references, curriculum vitae, and then copy, katong mga copies sa questionnaire. Those are the references. Muna siya ang last nga part sa research paper. Now, let's discuss more on the body. No, later na tayo mag-discuss doon sa preliminaries and sa references, no? Unahon nato siya ang body sa inyong research paper, the text or the body of the research paper. So the text. So in the text of the research paper or the body of the research paper, we have 5 major sections. The first chapter, which is the review or the introduction. The second chapter, which is the review of the related literature. Third is the methodology. Fourth is results and discussion. And then the last one is summary, conclusions, and recommendations. Note, in any section, if you mention an idea which is not yours, please always rephrase and write your source. No, always rephrase and write your source. Because in a research, which is a formal writing, we really don't allow plagiarism. No, we really don't allow plagiarism. Now, chapter 1 or introduction. Ito yung naging challenge last week. Because I asked you to create your introduction. Now, when I told you to create your introduction, it's not the introductory statement. It's the entire chapter 1. No, kasi yung introduction is the entire chapter 1, not just the introductory statement or the background of the study. Sa introductory statement, muna siya ang background of the study. Now, it's not the only thing that I am asking from you. It's the whole chapter 1. So, naayong group na naglibog anak. When I say introduction, it's the entire chapter 1. Now, introductory statement. So, yun yung under sa chapter 1, ha? Introductory statement or the background of the study, the statement of the problem, significance of the study, objectives of the study, time and place of the study, scope and limitations, definition of terms. Merong wala dito. Ano yung wala dito?
Time and place of the study, ma'am. And then the objective of the study.
Ha? Yung wala dito, yung hindi ko naibigay.
Right, theoretical
Framework.
That's it. Theoretical and conceptual framework. Yun yung wala dito, no? Theoretical and conceptual framework. Later on, we will discuss what theoretical and conceptual is. So let's have muna these things. Introduction. when under introduction, we have the first one is the introductory statement or the background of the study. It is all about the study. It presents a general statement about the study. It can be an issue or a claim, no? It presents support about the general statement. Organization or beneficiaries can also be introduced. So, pwede na ninyo i-introduce kung para asa di ay inyong research in your introductory statement or in your background of the study. And then, so the first paragraph is a general statement about the study. No, yung general statement nyo about the study. What is your study all about? That's your first paragraph. The second one is yung mga supporting statements ninyo about your study. Pwede na ninyo din i-discuss ang inyong mga beneficiaries na organization. So para asa kasi maka-benefit sa inyong study, pwede na ninyo siya i-discuss dito sa inyong background of the study. The last part is the last paragraph. It contains the aims or the problems the study would want to achieve or solve. No, it unsa gid ay ang main no nga gusto ninyo i-solve using your with your research. No, what is the problem that you wanted to solve with your research paper? Now, with this, now what do you think about your group? Were you able to write the proper format ng background of the study? Proper ba ang format ng background of the study na nagawa ninyo? What do you think? Knowing this now.
Murag, ma'am.
It was not perfect, ma'am.
It was not perfect. Murag, ma'am. O, diba? So, later on, no, I will check naman na your work. I will check it by tomorrow. Hindi ko pa siya check kahapon. So, we'll check it by tomorrow. So, we will see. No, I will send you feedbacks about your paper. No? I will send you feedbacks about your paper. Now, the next one is the statement of the problem. So the statement of the problem describes the problem to be investigated. It contains the general problem written in the form of a statement followed by specific questions or sub-problems. No, followed by specific questions or sub-problems. Muna siya ang katong a problem statement. No, the problem statement, yun yung pinakaunan yung isusulat. No, the problem statement is the first thing that you have to write, followed by specific questions or sub-problems that you want to solve para ma-solve ninyo ang inyong problem. Let's just say, for example, no, the question, the problem is, the researchers would like to know the study habits of the students in Misamis Oriental Institute of Science and Technology and its correlation to their grade, no? Its correlation to their grade. So, your possible dayon na specific questions are this. Basically, we need to know also the demographic profile of the students. So, what are the demographic profile of the students? That is the first question. So, under na dahil sa demographic profile, you can add any other questions na specific under demographic profile. So for example, gender ng estudyante, gadget na available sa bahay, meron ba silang library sa bahay or mini library sa bahay, yung mga ganun. Pwede na siyang i-add para sa study habits. No? Pwede siyang i-add para sa study habits. Kaya lisod po mag-study habits ang estudyante, wala gani siya cellphone, maka-internet, wala gani siya yung mga references sa balay, wala libro, wala all. No, wala gani siya yung mga notes. Lisod po siya pag study habits, di ba? So, basically, those are some of the things that you can add in the demographic profile. Next, pwede po din yung ibutang. Is there a significant relationship between the demographic profile of the students and their grades? No? Meron ba significant relationship ang demographic profile nila at ang kanilang grade? Meron ba siyang significant relationship? So that's actually t-testing na siya, hypothesis testing na siya. So pwede ninyo siya dayan dito based on demographic profile which are gender. So kinsa di ay ang mas dagko og grado, male or female? Ana. So kinsa mas dagko grado katong naay cellphone or katong walay cellphone? Kinsa di ay mas dagko og grado? Is there a relationship between the grades of those who have library sa ilahang balay and other reading materials, or katong wala diha library sa ilang balay and other reading materials. Those are specific questions. And then the last one is, what is the correlation between the study habits of the students and their demographic and their study habits of the students and their grade? No, what are the study habits of the students? Yun pa pala. What are the study habits of the students? So that's another question. And then the last question then is, what is the correlation? Is there a correlation between the study habits of the students and their grades? So ayan na dayon ka mag-person product moment correlation pag-abot sa imuhang chapter 4 sa imuhang research. So those are some of the sub questions that you can write in your problem statement or statement of the problem. Next is the significance of the study. Now, it discusses the reason on conducting the research. Para asa din yung research? Wala lang, ma'am. Para lang makapasar mi sa research na subject. Ang naamang ko siya sa among research na subject, mamang mag-research mi. No, what is the reason why importante ang inyong research? No, ano importante ang inyong research? Asa siya mapuslan? Unsa iyang kapuslanan sa inyong research? If you have few beneficiaries, you can write it in 1 or 2 paragraph. No, pwede ra siya. Anong importante ang inyong research study para sa inyong mga beneficiaries kung unsa ang ilahang benefit nga makuha sa inyong research. Pero if daghan kayo mo beneficiary, maudayo na siya nga naka-bullet form na siya. No, inyong beneficiary, let's just say for example, ang beneficiary ninyo is ang school, beneficiary ninyo ang students, beneficiary ninyo ang parents, beneficiary ninyo ang other stakeholders sa schools. Tapos beneficiary ninyo ang researchers and then the future researchers. So those are many naman siya beneficiaries. So pwede na siya nga naka-bullet form. Who among you here ang nag-bullet form sa ilahang significance of the study?
Kami, ma'am.
May I know who's speaking?
Justin, ma'am.
Kami.
Justin. Okay, so Justin, you had a bullet form. How many beneficiaries did you have?
I think 4, ma'am.
4. Yeah, 4 is okay. No, 4 is okay. So who else? Sino pa yung isa na nagsalita? Who's the other one? Ay, nawala. Okay, so, basically, no, if you have more than 2 na beneficiaries, then you can write na as a bullet, no? You can write it na as a bullet. Pero if gamay raman pud ang ilahang benefit nga makuha sa study note, it's not that wordy, no? Pwede ra siya i-paragraph. No? Pwede ra siya i-paragraph instead nga bullet form. Now, we have the objectives of the study. So it includes both the general and the specific objectives. It must be parallel to your statement of the problem. No, ang imong objectives sa imong study must be parallel to the statement of the problem. Time and place of the study. Actually, kini silang mga ingon ani class, tagsara ni sila ka paragraph. No, tagsara ni sila ka paragraph. We also have the time and place of the study, no? It includes the period when the study was conducted, starting from the preparation of the outline, data gathering, and conduct of the writing, no? Anong kailangan niya siya? Anong kailangan niya siya? It will serve as an introduction para dito sa inyong limitation, no? Para ma-introduce na dahil ang inyong limitation. Unsa ra dahil inyong time frame, no? The research study must be completed during the second semester, which is until so that is a total of pila ka months, something like that. No, that's time and place of the study. Scope and limitation describes the extent of the study. It is the actual place where the study will only be conducted. It's the duration of the study, inclusions of the study, only specific aspect of the study or the topic, limit of the number of respondents, and then area limit if applicable. No, area limit if applicable. Let's just say, for example, moist STEM grade 12 students only. No, ano ra siya? So dili ka pwede nga pangitaan ka sa imong panelist nga nung kuan. Nganong moist raman, nganong wala nimo giapil ang other schools. Nganong STEM raman, nganong wala nimo giapil ang ano. Pwede man ninyo siya i-discuss ko dito nga. You choose only that particular number, no, that particular population because of the limited time that you have. Pwede man na ninyo siya introduce sa inyong research, no? Pwede na ninyo siya introduce sa inyong research. Due to the limited time, gamay ra pod ang inyong gihimong scope sa inyong research, no? Para dili mo magahol sa oras. Definition of terms. Okay, sa definition of terms, you only use key terms and phrases used in the study. You have to use brief but very clear definitions. No, key terms and phrases used in the study ay nagamita tanan. Ayaw nagdaghana kaayo. Let's just say, for example, ang study habits. Ang study habits, na ay mga different kinds of study habits, no? Ang katong study habits nga regarding sa kanang area kung asa siya dapat ga-study, unsa iyahang intelligence sa iyahang pag-study. So those are some of the things nga under sa study habits. So pwede niyo siya i-include if included siya sa inyong research. Pero if not, ayaw na, no? If not included, ayaw na. Chapter 2, the review of related literature. Okay. There should have a short introductory statement. No, it could be one paragraph only that describes what would be seen under this particular part of your research. Noon say sulod sa review of the related lit. So introductory statement. Next, reminders. You have to use only reliable sources. Please, students, ayaw mo gamit sa wiki. Wikipedia is not reliable. Ma-edit si Wikipedia. Anyone can edit Wikipedia. So please do not use Wikipedia, no? Ayaw mo gamit sa Wikipedia. Ayaw mo gamit sa Rappler. Rappler is not reliable. No, Rappler, mga tabloids, those are not reliable. So please do not use tabloids, okay? You use only published na mga journals. Do not use just any resources para lang meron. No, you're not allowed to do that. No, reliable lang tayo. Jot down your source for reference writing. Always make sure that the moment you get a source, no, kita mong source sa internet, ito yung problema ng estudyante eh. Kasi nakakita sila ng source sa internet, copy-paste, copy-paste, copy-paste. They forgot to write down the reference. Nalimot na silang sulat sa reference sa source. No, pagkahuman dahil paabot sa research paper, magbuot-buot na dahil asa, ito na ko siya nakuha. Abot nilang diya http www.whatchapachawachachachachabaluhan na. No, muna siya ang kasagara mali sa students. Do not do that. No, do not do that. Magbuot-buot na dahil ugutang sa reference kay wala gi-jot down daan ang resources. So make sure you jot down your resources. Make rephrasing a habit. No, you make sure that you rephrase. Ayaw mo palabi o gamit sa quotation marks. Kasi yung ang style ng gusto sa estudyante, ginuukutag sa paragraph o naka-quotation mark. Pwede din na, sa paragraph ang quotation mark. No, as much as possible, you rephrase. No, you rephrase. Write only those that are relevant to your study. No, nakakita mo daghan, pero dili na dahil siya relevant sa inyong study, ayaw nag-apita. Only those that are relevant to your study. Dahil mo nakita study habits, pero layo naman siya sa inyong topic, ayaw na, no? Ayaw na. For every topic, write a paragraph of, what's that? Paragraph of significance ba yan? Hindi ko siya makita because meron siyang paragraph of significance. So para sa each topic na inyong napili no and for your review of the related literature, sulatin niyo siya at least one paragraph kung how significant that related literature is to your study. So murag inyo siyang introduce ganong significant siya sa inyong study kana nga particular literature, no, that particular literature. Last, chapter 3, methodology, no? It discusses how the study was or will be conducted. How will it be conducted? Will the study be conducted through an interview? Will it be conducted through a online questionnaire or printed questionnaire? Ganon. There should have a short introductory statement. No? Again, no, with the introductory statement. No, para sa each chapter will have an introductory statement that will describe kung sa'y sulod ana nga chapter. So under this one, we have the research design, the sources of data. Research design class muna siya ang quantitative, qualitative. And then what kind of quantitative siya? Descriptive ba siya? Analysis ba siya? Is it experimental, quasi-experimental? Is it correlational? No, yun yung mga under sa research design. Then we have sources of data. Saan nyo kukunin yung inyong data? Note, the data will be gathered through primary data gathering. So, this is for you, no? Primary data gathering tayo. Meaning, all your data will be from your research participants, no? Dili siya pwede na secondary data inyong gamiton. Dili mo pwede mag-secondary data. For example, kita na mo study about study habits in the internet. Kupyahon ra ninyo ilahang results. Kupyahon ra ninyo tanan ang ilahang data. Dili siya pwede. That's secondary already, no? You will have to get your own, no? It should be primary data. Data gathering procedure. Sa data gathering procedure class, isulat niyo siya step by step. No, step by step. The moment you designed your questionnaire, wait lang for a while. Okay, so yan, pasensya doon. Yung data gathering procedure should be step by step. Isulat ninyo ang pagpananghid ninyo, ang pagsulat ninyo sa letter na mananghid mo sa school, kung asa mo mag-gather sa data. Isulat ninyo dito, nga nagsulat mo og letter sa inyong respondents, nga mananghid mo sa ila, nga mukuha mo og data gikan sa ila, ha? The distribution of the how did you distributed your questionnaires, no? And then after you distribute your questionnaire, what did you do, no? What did you do with your questionnaires afterwards? So that's the step-by-step data gathering procedure. Next is the data analysis, no? The data analysis. What are you going to do to analyze your data? How are you going to analyze your data? Ano ba siya? Will it be through a tabular table ba ang gagamitin ninyo, graphical presentation ba, etc., etc. Yun yung data analysis. Next is statistical treatment. So, what are the statistical treatment that you are going to use in your study? No, this is quantitative data, so malamang dapat statistical tayo. So, ito yung iti-teach ko sa inyo, no, later on. So, I will be teaching you the research methodology, no? What are the different statistical treatment that you can use. And prior to that, kailangan natin i-discuss syempre ang what else. No, before we can discuss the statistical treatment, what else ang kailangan kong i-discuss sa inyo para maka-arrive tayo sa statistical treatment? What do you think? Anyone from the class?
Statistical formulas, ma'am.
Oh, that's under statistical treatment. Ano pa yung kailangan ko dapat i-discuss sa inyo na introductory siya for statistical treatment? Testing. No, that's under gihapon sa statistical treatment. It's the It's actually the research design. Na dapat alam nyo kung ano yung research design na gagamitin ninyo para alam ninyo ang inyong gagamitin statistical treatment. Kasi, let's just say for example, your research is only descriptive, no? Descriptive quantitative research. So when you say descriptive quantitative research, basically class, all you are going to do is to present the data. Yun lang. So, ang gagamitin nyo lang is measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode. Tapos, measures of dispersion, which is standard deviation. Kanara siya ang gamiton na statistical treatment for descriptive. No? For descriptive ka na lang siya. Pero kapag mag-experimental na tayo, kapag nagkaroon na tayo ng experimental, tsaka na tayo gagamit ng mga hypothesis testing. No? Hypothesis testing, kailangan nyo nang gumamit ng mga t-test, f-test, ANOVA, tapos kapag correlational descriptive naman tayo, correlational descriptive research, tsaka tayo gagamit ng person-product moment correlation. So before nyo mag-identify yung inyong statistical treatment, dapat identified ninyo muna ang inyong research design. So we will still have to discuss the research design. So what do you know about research design nga pala, by the way, before we proceed? What do you know about the research design? Dear students, ano yung alam mo sa research design? This is your methodology. I know na i-discuss ito sa inyong PR2. Ayun. Can you still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Wala lang talagang may sagot. Oo. You still hear me? Wala lang talagang may sagot. True. Wala na, dili si Ma'am Dagatan. Minsan itong under di Ma'am Dagatan sa PR2. Di mo tubag ha. Di mo tubag ha. Sumbong ka mo Ma'am Dagatan ha. Di panubag ha. What do you know about the research design, the different research design? Wala?
I think ma'am, it's the qualitative and quantitative.
Yes, quali and quanti. Tapos under that?
Like case study.
Case study. Okay. What else?
Phenomenological.
The result of your study, ma'am.
What's that? What was that? Sino yung babae ng salita? Aluha. Ay, wala. What time is it in your end, class? I cannot view my time on Godani. What time is it in your end? Okay. So let's Let's proceed na muna, okay? Now, next is the research instrument. That's the last one. Unsa inyong research instrument? Is it researcher made? No, is it researcher made or is it a research instrument that you gathered from that you've borrowed from the internet, no? And when you borrow a particular research instrument from another sources, dapat inyo siyang inyo siyang mananghid mo, no? Mag-letter mo sa whoever is the author of the research instrument, no? Kaya nga by next week, no, dalion na natin siya, sugod na ta next week sa inyong RRL para diretso na ta sa methodology para maka-decide na mo sa inyong research instrument. Kasi kung mananghid pa mo sa mga other researchers to use a particular research instrument, it will take time. And then if you will make your own research instrument, it will also take time because kailangan niyo siya i-test and retest, no? Ang inyong questionnaire. Kailangan siya i-test and retest para sa iyang validity and reliability. Okay. Research design. So, write the type of research methodology you'll employ with your study and the reason. Ngano ka na nga research design ng inyong gamiton. Write also the step-by-step procedure that we're going to do to conduct the research. Sources of data. So dito yung inyong respondents. Mentions the description of the population. Writes the percentage of the population used or the formula used. It indicates also the sampling technique. Yung mga fishbowl method, as stratified random sampling, yun yung mga sampling technique. Next, data gathering explains the detailed description of how data used in the study were collected. No, yun sinabi ko kanina, dapat step by step siya. Data analysis, right? How the gathered data will be presented. Yung sinabi ko kanina, tabular ba siya, graphical ba siya, or it will be by chart. Statistical treatment mentions and writes the statistical method used in conducting the study from identifying the respondents to analyzing the data, and then research instrument describes the instrument. Survey questionnaire ba siya, interview, etc., etc. Chapter 4, results and findings. Under this, we have introduction. It reminds the readers of your research. Tabular or graphical presentation of results with brief explanation. Follow the arrangement of your statement of the problem, and then conclusion for smooth transition for chapter 5. And then chapter 5, summary, findings, conclusions, and recommendation. Meron siyang introduction, content of the chapter, summary of the research, conclusions, recommendations, limitations ng researchers. No, kailangan ninyong i-discuss sa chapter 5 ang naging limitation para sa inyo. No? Pwede nyo i-discuss doon na maliit lang yung oras, no? Kaya ganito lang yung nagawa ng researchers. Kasi pwede naman siyang masama sa recommendation. No? We recommend that the next researchers who will do the same research will use a bigger population. Something like that. Kasi yung limited man good ang inyong research, so pwede mo sulti sa next researcher na pwede nila dakuon ang ilahang scope, and then the summary of chapter 5. So that will be all the parts of the body of your research. I will upload this one sa inyong Google Classroom, so you will have a copy. Now, theoretical and conceptual framework. What is the difference between the two? Anyone from the class who can tell us? Anyone from the class who can tell us? Theoretical and conceptual framework. What do you know about the two? What do you know about those two?
Ma'am. As far as I can remember, theoretical framework is when you collect or gather theories from other professionals that is connected to your research problem or research topic. And conceptual framework is when you put your independent variables and dependent variables that will serve as your guide while making your research.
Okay, no, basically that's it. So thank you so much for that, Justin. So when you say theoretical framework, a theoretical framework class is paragraph form, no? Very, wordy. It is when you write down theories kung saan inyong ginabase ang inyong research. No, na ay mga established na theory wherein dito ninyo i-base ang inyong research study. So that's your theoretical framework. And then how are you going to use those theories sa inyong research, no? And the usefulness of those theories sa inyong research. While on the other hand, a conceptual framework class is it shows the relationship between your variables and how you are going to treat your variables. No, the relationship between your dependent and independent variables and your and your hypothesis, no, ang inyong mga na-visualize na results, no? Inyong hypothesis, yung the hypothesized na results. What will be the relationship of those? No? Basically, it's in a it's in a graphic organizer. No, it's a graphic organizer na alang dahil siya a paragraph or two nga explanation. No? A written paragraph or two na explanation sa inyong discuss, no? As sa inyong conceptual framework, no? Sa sulod sa inyong conceptual framework. So that's it for the part of the research paper. So there are only 30 of you in class today out of the, how many are you? You are 40 ang 41 ang polite. Polite 40
36
or
na lang, ma'am.
40? Ha?
36 na lang.
I mean, ang Victorious, 36 ang polite. Yeah, thank you so much, Elijah. Victorious, how many are you? 40, 41?
40, ma'am.
40? So, 76 out of 76 students, ito lang yung meron. So, next week, and then not next week, next meeting, please be on time, no? 9:45 pa rin ang ating, 8:45 I mean. Before 8:45, nandito na dapat ang polite. And then the victorious will have to be here at exactly 1, no? Or before 1. Para makasugod na diretso sa atong klase. That will be on Thursday. By, by pre-finals, iswap na ko ha ang inyong time. Iswap na ko ang inyong time. Victorious will be in the morning and polite will be in the afternoon. Swap na ko yung time by pre-finals. For prelim and midterm, morning ang polite, hapon ang victorious. So that will be all for today. I will send you this later on. No? I will send you this PowerPoint presentation later on, and I will also open an activity. Dili ko mag-open ng activity. Sa face-to-face ko mag-quiz. Sa face-to-face ko mag-quiz para magsayo mo. At exactly start sa time, automatic start ko sa quiz. So kung malate ka, makasulod ka, number 15 na, so number 15 ka magsugod. Okay? Para magsayo mo. So that will be all for today. Goodbye and thank you everyone. Justin, kindly send me the screenshots. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Love you, ma'am.
Yeah. Mama.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, protector.
Bye, protractor. Ala, si Rian, karon pa mo sulod.
Mother,
Ah.
si Kuan Baan.
Oo, kabalo na ko. Oo.
Oh. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Good morning, ma'am.